Good morning. Thank you for attending this performance review meeting. After evaluating your performance over the past 6 few months, I am pleased to inform you that Farhana, Izati dan Suhaili, your overall performance has been satisfactory. But Amirul, over the past few months, there has been a noticeable drop in your output and work quality.
So firstly, let me introduce what is performance management. Performance management is an ongoing process that aims to enhance both individual and organization performance. It helps to employee to understand their roles and improve skills which occur in firm level. Now, let's look at the 6 steps in the performance management process. The first one is identify organization goals. The process begins by identifying organization objective and goals. These goals are a direction and ensure that everyone work toward the same purpose. Secondly, individual goal should align with organization objective so that everyone can understand what is expected of them. The third, provide organization support that necessary such as training, guidance and feedback so that it helps employees to perform their tasks effectively and achieve their goals. The fourth one is evaluation performance. After a certain period, individual performance is evaluated. Managing assess whether the employee have met their goals and require a standard. And the fifth one is identify strength and the weakness. Based on evaluation, manager can identify the strength and the area of improvement. One is provide a rewards. Employee who had performed well should be rewarded. Reward may include bonus, promotion, and recognition so that it can help to maintain the high performance and give the motivate to them.
The first key criteria for effective performance measures is fit with strategy. It must be aligned with the organization's overall strategy, goals, and also culture. The second key criteria is validity. There are two threats threatening the validity of an employee's evaluation, such as contamination. It is where it includes irrelevant information during the evaluation process, such as a manager giving a higher performance rating towards an employee because they share the same hobbies. And then we have deficiency. It is where it excludes relevant information crucial for evaluation, such as only counting the number of calls without assessing the call quality of the company. And then the third criteria is reliability. There are two methods of reliability, such as iterator reliability method, which is the consistency across different evaluators, and also test retest reliability, where it is the consistency of results over time. Fourth criteria is acceptability. The evaluation process must not be too overly time consuming and must be fair for evaluators and also employees. And then the fifth criteria is specific feedback. The evaluation must clearly communicate expectations and how to meet them, and also helps employees understand areas of improvement. Measuring methods. First measuring methods is making comparisons, such as simple ranking, pair comparisons, and also force distribution. There is also rating individuals based on their behaviors and also attributes. It also includes mixed standard scales to reflect an employee's performance based on a specific day. The third method is measuring results. It measures results based on productivity and also management by objectives. The fourth method is total quality management. It includes specific feedback, objective feedback, and also continuous improvement.
Let me move to the next part, which is sources of performance information in performance management. Effective performance management requires information from multiple sources to provide an accurate and complete picture of an employee's performance. By gathering feedback from different perspectives, organization can make fairer and more informed decisions. Performance information is collected from various individuals who interact with employees in different ways. The main sources include managers, peers, subordinates, self-assessment, and customers. Firstly is managers. Managers have extensive knowledge of job requirement and employee responsibility. They are often responsible for observing employees' performance, evaluating results, and making important decisions regarding promotion, rewards, and development opportunities. Some advantages of managers' evaluations are have a clear understanding of job expectation, can directly observe and assess employee performance, have an authority to make organizational decisions. However, there are also the disadvantages. Managers may sometimes be biased. They may not observe employees all the time, especially in large organizations. The second source is peers and co-workers. Peers work closely with employees on a daily basis and can observe their teamwork, communication skills, and overall work behavior. The advantages of peer evaluation include they can observe day-to-day performance, they interact with employees more frequently, they understand teamwork and cooperation within the workplace. The disadvantages are personal relationship may influence rating, peers may not have complete information about an employee's overall performance. The third sources is subordinates. Subordinate can provide valuable feedback about a manager's leadership style, communication skills, and ability to support team members. Some advantages are they are offer insight into a leadership and management practice. Number 2, they can identify areas for managerial improvement. They encourage two-way communication within the organization. However, there are some disadvantages. First is employees may fear giving honest feedback. Power differences may influence their responses. The fourth sources is self-assessment. Self-assessment allows employees to evaluate their own performance, achievement, strength, and areas for improvement. The advantages include encourage self-reflection and personal growth, help employees recognize their strengths and weaknesses. The disadvantages are employees may overestimate and underestimate their performance. Self-evaluation may lack objectivity. And the last sources is customers. Customers can provide feedback based on their experience with an employee, product, or service. Their opinions are especially important in customer service and sales-related roles. The advantages of customer feedbacks are, first, it provides a perspective on service quality. Number 2, it reflects the impact of employee performance on customer satisfaction. And number 3, it helps identify areas for improvement. The disadvantages is customer may not understand internal organizational processes. Their feedback can sometimes be subjective.
Let's move to the next section, which is errors in performance measurement. Let's take a look at the types of error. There are several common errors and biases that can influence to the performance measurement. According to David Mayer, evaluation errors and biases may occur in judgment observation or information process stages. These affect the appropriateness and accuracy of performance error. In the context of performance error, organizations are assumed to communicate performance standards or goals, discuss how these standards can be met, explain criteria for evaluation, and provide timely feedback. First and foremost, similar-to-me error. Similar-to-me error means the evaluators give higher rating to the employee they perceive as similar to them. For example, race and gender. The employer give higher rating to the employee if they are same gender. Next, contrast error. Contrast errors occur when the evaluators compare the performance between the lower performing peers and the higher performing peers. As a result, the lower performing peers will always receive lower rating compared to the higher performing peers always receive the higher rating. Besides that, distributional errors. Distributional errors is the evaluators use only one part of the scale. These are some of distributional errors. The first one is leniency error. Leniency error is the evaluator rate the employee near the top, which means the evaluator rate the employee higher rating without proper verification. Next, strictness error. Strictness error is the evaluator rate the employee near the bottom. This means the evaluator rate the employee lower rating without proper verification. Lastly, central tendency. Central tendency is the evaluator rate the employee near the middle and rate them without a proper verification. Last but not least, halo enhanced error. Halo error is positive impression at the employee leads to the high rating. For example, if the employee do the job properly for one time, the employee will assume him as the best employee and give high rating. Meanwhile, Hans error is negative impression at the employee leads to the lower rating, which means if the employee do a mistake for one time, the evaluator assume them as a weak employee and give lower rating. Then, how to reduce all the error? The ways to reduce all these errors are training raters. Training raters is training which involve the evaluators to recognize and avoid common errors such leniency error, strictness errors, and central tendency error. At the same time, this training contains a different example of performance and complexity of employees' performance. This training also improves awareness due to rating pitfalls such as halo enhanced error and accuracy in evaluations. Next, data analytics. Data analytics refers to usage of software or tools such as Excel or AI-based HR to analyze employee performance data systematically. Besides that, the evaluators recognize or detect the pattern by how the evaluator comment to the employee's performance and rating to identify biases.
Next, I will explain giving performance feedback. Performance feedback is important because it helps employees understand how well they are performing and what areas need improvement. It also ensures that employees remain aligned with organizational goals. The first strategy is scheduling performance feedback. Feedback should be given regularly throughout the year instead of only during annual performance reviews. This allows employees to receive guidance continuously and make improvements before small issues become bigger problems. Regular feedback also helps maintain employee motivation and engagement. The second strategy is preparing for a feedback session. Before the meeting, managers should choose a suitable and comfortable environment to encourage open communication. Employees can also be asked to complete a self-assessment so they can reflect on their own performance and contribute actively to the discussion. The third strategy is conducting the feedback session. There are several approaches that can be used, such as tell and sell, tell and listen, and problem solving. Among these, problem solving is often the most effective because both the manager and employee work together to identify issues and find the solution. During the session, managers should encourage two-way communication by asking open, in-depth questions and listening to employees' opinions. Feedback should be specific, constructive, and focused on performance rather than personality. The session should also end with clear goals and actions for improvement. After providing feedback, the next step is finding solutions to performance problems. Before deciding on any solution, managers must first identify the root cause of the issue. Understanding the actual cause helps ensure that the correct support or intervention is provided. There are four main types of performance deficiencies. The first is lack of ability. This occurs when employees do not have the necessary skills, knowledge, or experience to perform their tasks effectively. In this situation, managers can provide coaching, additional training, mentoring, or even redesign the job to better match the employee's capabilities. The second is lack of motivation. In this case, employees have the required skills and abilities, but they are not motivated to perform at their best. This may happen because of low job satisfaction, lack of recognition, or personal issues. Managers can improve motivation through positive feedback, rewards, or recognition programs. The third type is lack of both ability and motivation. This is more challenging situation because the employee requires support in both areas. Managers should provide clear feedback, training opportunities, and close supervision. If performance does not improve, stronger corrective actions may be necessary. The final type is lack of neither. These employees possess both the skills and motivation needed to perform well. They are often high performers who consistently meet or exceed expectations. For these employees, managers should provide growth opportunities, career development programs, and rewards to maintain their motivation and encourage continued excellence. By correctly identifying the type of deficiency, managers can implement the most suitable solution and help employees improve their performance effectively.
Based on your performance, I will give extra bonuses for Suhaili, Izati, and Farhana. For Amirul, to support your improvement, I will enroll you in the training program to strengthen your skill in the areas you are currently struggling with. That's all for our meeting today. Thank you.